Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we're going to be playing some Chalk. Really quick before we start, I want to apologize for this coming out a little bit late. I have recorded like 4 videos today and they were all surrenders, so normally, that doesn't happen, and normally I'm able to get a video. Just wasn't able to in time today, so I apologize for them. Sorry that this is a little bit late. We're leaning against the Cullen. This is a really premier matchup right now. Two high priority, powerful picks. Cuckoo potentially the best soul laner in the game. I would definitely say top 3 right now with all of his buffs and just the meta right now and the builds. We're going to be rushing Mystical Mail into him. And it should be a close, pretty, good matchup just to watch here. Chaac generally is really good into just about everything just because he's got such great safety with his protections, healing, auto attack, speed reduction, and all of those things. Pretty great secure as well, pressure, all that stuff. Netting pretty big advantages and generally very good lanes for this character. This matchup is definitely going to be one, though, that'll be a test, I think, for both of us. So excited to showcase it. We're going to walk in, get our teleport off. Obviously giving us a lot of protections here. Make sure to stick to auto-attacking him, and, it'll be a scrappy trade, but one that we eventually do come out on top of. We're going to play a little bit safe right here as he's detransforming, and yeah, this is kind of like a prelude for what this matchup's going to look like. A lot of scrappiness. Definitely great potential for us to win the fights. He's rushing what looks like to be a Contagion, and we are rushing a Mystical, obviously. Walk away, walk back in, get our teleport combo off, and we're able to secure that totem fairly easily while incurring not too much damage. We're 3 first here. He did use his jump, so we're just going to kind of walk at him. We got the slow off. Won't ever be a kill here, but just a little bit more poke. And yeah, we start out on top in a lane that, again, can be really scary when, their other guys got the rage and all that stuff. But starting off pretty good. This guy's going to be pretty safe right now. Don't think our Suki can really get a gank off, so no real reason to force it. Actually does end up jumping, and that was a very bad idea in a spot like that. So super easy pick. I wouldn't have been able to kill him on my own, but we would have gotten even more damage off on him, which obviously you don't want to do. Just have to kind of play safe there, give some respect, and we'll hit level 4 off these camps. So lead-wise, doing pretty good. Looking at his build, he's actually going into a breastplate. That's tier 2 breastplate, so we'll keep that in mind here. Jungler's looking for a regank. This is pretty common when somebody walks up like this. No kill here, obviously, but really good damage. Take a little bit of the tower just so we can get a bit more off. And, it's really important when you do reset and TP back in, whether it's a death, whatever the case might be, and the other person has not yet backed, to play safe. Because when you kind of look for a fight like he just did there, unless he's able to kill us, he's just going to get really far down in health. And we're in a situation where, look, we just reset, we're full health with a bunch of potions, and he's half health with not a bunch of potions, right? So it's obviously just not really an advantageous spot for him. He'll dash away and kind of expect it here, as we've got tier 2 Mystical, meaning we have a very weak version of the Mystical effect, definitely a better tier 2 than what he has. And his blue's coming up soon. He's going to reset right now because he's already low. Never mind, chose not to. We'll go push the wave here, and then this should be a really easy blue invade. I'm going to call missing left, actually, because what he's doing is just running to his blue. Our jungler's there. If he gets it, great. If not, no worries. Doesn't manage to get it. That's okay, though. And yeah, good secure play by him. It happens sometimes. We'll just go get our blue. We can go do silver afterwards, and should be more than okay. Sometimes it's better here to just do silver right away, but I think we'll be able to get to it in time, so not super concerned. And if we don't, then I just mistimed it a little bit. I don't know if I actually have a Chalk video on this channel, which I think is pretty crazy, because I do talk pretty glowingly about how good he is. So if I don't, well then, this is a hell of an intro to finally get to him. We're going to just ult this here so we can get as much damage off on him as we can. Make sure we prior that totem. He's low, and again, no teleport on him, so trade like that always really advantageous for us. This guy's actually walking up, and this is a huge mistake. Not only is this a really easy bait, but we can just get off of this and get on it as much as we want. And actually, he did end up getting it. I'm shocked. Okay, well, we noobed it. Happens. Generally speaking, as long as we don't noob it, that's a really bad play for him. Just because, like, we should be able to always just, like, regulate that and get that when we need to. But even then, like, you're walking up with 25% health. Again, I just had terrible execution there, which I guess it happens, right? He wants to stay this wave, and if he wants to, he's going to lose it effectively. We're just going to hold here, and if he walks up, we go on him. We can't get a perfect freeze because we have Mystical and stuff like that, which kind of does ruin it. But the point is we'll make him lose these back minions here as he gets a slight advantage, obviously, to start with. And even if we're not making him lose actually that much farm, the bigger point and picture here, as we are getting ganked, we can just walk away, though, should be okay as long as we just continue to kind of run. This Uller does freaking damage, though, I will say. Yeah, we're going to be fine here. The point is that we either force a rotation, which we did, or we're just keeping him in a spot where he's very low on health and subsequently very weak. Stop us back here again. Again, I use my 2 first on the wave there, so I'm very tanky. And we'll walk over here. Might just be dead. That's too bad. All good, all good. I can take a quick look over to this blue buff, but yeah, he is here. Uller's going to come back. I'm going to run away. We're totally fine. Not worried about this. It's more so the help that's coming. Yeah, not going to be able to kill him. Oh, we do. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we are dead. It is what it is. I mean, he was coming back. Kind of a rough spot. Minions got him with Bluestone. Goes out decently okay for us. I mean, we don't have TP up just in time, so we'll just walk back. But we get Mystical here. We can go straight into our next item, which I'm going to go into a Cloak. And, yeah, ultimately goes okay. We'll go get our blue now. And, yeah, I mean, we're ahead. So, you know, ultimately have to be pretty happy with that at the very least. And should be all set. Blue is up. We'll make sure we go pick that up in just a second. And just want to kind of keep farming again. He got the Contagion, actually, so it wasn't Breastplate. I messed that up. And yeah, a little bit of anti-heal for him. Shouldn't really make our fight super bad. We don't really have a great way to actually proc Contagion, at least in terms of like the damage aspect. So the anti-heal is going to be there, but the actual damage shouldn't really be a huge effect. He's probably going to go Mystical next item here. This is pretty typical to go both of them on Cuckoo. So, you know, we'll net him like a good fight once he gets that, but for the time being, I'm still feeling really strong about what we have so far. It's pretty common, but we just can out-secure him really easily with our 2, more often than not. So, just want to look for a fight right now and just kind of like fight him, because again, this Mystical Mail is going to be super, super powerful. We have these 2 prots and all that stuff. We can pop our 3 here, get another 2 off, and he is just getting absolutely out-traded right now. We ult. He's going to jump it. He is out. That's fine, though. A lot of damage. A little bit out of range. That's okay. We'll get Prow here and then quickly rotate over to Bull. Doing really well for ourselves now. So that's good. Just go get this now. And it seems our Ares is just griefing the game, which is definitely unlucky. So we probably should report him, that's for sure. Man, I'm telling you guys, it has really been so dreadful trying to get a game today. We're working on it. And we'll go get this here finished, and then probably back up. I really don't need to fight him over this. I can just do some damage just because I'm not super like in threat of dying. We just juke out his dash, and we'll be able to pick it up. And yeah, we'll go into a Cloak. 1850 or 1750 is all we need. So just kind of staying around farming right now, getting these neutrals. Same old, same old. He's going into Mystical like we expect. We have a 1,000 gold lead just from being able to secure these camps and whatnot. And we can get a quick reset off here. Now with that Cloak, again, this is a very condensed defensive build here. We'll go Redstone. With this Cloak and all this stuff, we'll be able to get to those protections thresholds that we want super easily. I'm going to call Missing Left because Cuckoo's up there. And we'll go clear out this wave and then probably head over to blue and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty good start for us at the very least. Definitely doing pretty well. This Cloak's just kind of really great for a laning phase that's going to be pretty dead in terms of just a lot of fighting, but maybe not so much compensation for it. and this gives us a way to kind of farm faster in a way. Not that we're actually farming and hitting him, but we're getting, you know, protections, which effectively generally you have to spend money for. So we're getting protections and whatnot just for hitting him, and you know, having a scaling item like that when he doesn't have it is a really big imbalance in this laning phase that should net us ourselves some pretty big wins. Can look for an ult here. He's not de-transforming just yet. Now he is. He should just be dead. Just have to be a little bit patient. Go for the autos, go for the 2 afterwards. And again, our 2 gives us protections and stuff, so we're able to tank tower pretty long when you have those prots. Really important there, we don't just cast an ability right away, because if we do, he's able to jump it or something. That can cause some issues. So can run him down with the autos. No reason to hold, and or no reason not to hold, and then just use it as a kind of a finisher. Alright, he's literally, Ares is literally just like trolling the game, so I'm hoping we can still win despite it, and get a quick report, all that stuff. I encourage you people to always report people who are doing stuff like this. And shoot, if you report this guy too, maybe he'll be gone. You won't have to deal with him. Just food for thought, obviously, right? We'll go into a heartward here. Idea with going heartward is that we're gonna have the passive later on in the game, which is going to give us additional magical protections. When we have that, it's going to be really easy to get to our second stack of cloak mitigations, which is 525 prots, especially when we have redstone in our 2 and all of that stuff. And it'll allow me the space to kind of go one of my favorite items in the game on the characters it's viable on, Chaac being one of the very few, along with Pele and Cucullin, and that is going to be Dawnbringer. So we'll be going Dawnbringer this game with all these prots we'll have, and you're going to see percentage increased prots from Dawnbringer, from our second ability from Redstone, and we'll just be like well over cap 24/7. It's going to be super, super fun. Take a little bit of damage here. It's no problem. Not the most fun thing to feel, but ultimately doesn't matter too much, and yeah, we'll just get a blue. Alrighty here. Yeah, we can just like kind of get this totem. Again, it's a little bit weird because like I see these fights and they're kind of scrappy, but Ullr's not here. He's in mid, so like we can take them. Obviously, it's a little bit close, but not close enough to die. And we can actually just get on him if he goes for a play on us, because we do have like enough to survive it. He just jumped right in front of us, which I think was probably not a good play. Do actually miss the 2, so I can just run out here. It's fine. Yeah, no problem. Again, scrappy stuff right there. That's kind of the mystical value coming in with the contagion, and us not having stacked cloak up yet. It's still like getting there, so 3 more stacks will be capped on the physical side, and then magical ones gonna be a different time, obviously, but yeah, generally speaking, like I'm sure you guys could tell, like this lane felt better, and then he got mystical, it felt worse. I think unless you're like in a matchup where you're really getting those contagion procs off on Cucullin, you should always rush mystical first. I do just think it's a mistake. Just feels worse early, and if you get that tier 2 mystical, it is such a big spike, and then obviously mystical itself super impactful. So definitely want to rush that mystical on your soul laners that you do want to go it on, i.e. a Chaac, i.e. a Cucullin. You could go it even on like Achilles if you really wanted to. So those are just some picks that, you know, really, maybe not even Cucullin or excuse me, Achilles per se, but if you want to go mystical, you should try to rush it, ideally. There are some guardians that you might want to go breastplate first, but generally speaking, yeah, if you're going mystical, try to rush it if you can. Because that value that you're getting, especially if you're going against another mystical, is just not going to be matched unless you have it. So should help out. He's going into a Pridwin here, so going triple fizz defense. This is pretty typical for a lot of solos. Should give our Yuhong some big opportunities. We just secure this super easy. Gonna run over to the mid lane right now. try to do something. He's going to kind of chase us out, but like we're not really under any threat. It's just kind of annoying. I don't think I'll be able to get to the Jing, sadly. I really do want stacks on him, so it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, this will probably just be a little mid-rotation with not too much value. I do have ult and stuff in case I need it, but again, should be more than okay. This ruler is very ahead. Got to be a little careful for him. We're fine, though. Oh, more people. This guy's dead, though, for this, I think. I missed my one. He has both actives. Too bad. I had to dash into that. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is such a shame. Man, what is this match? Okay. Tough. Yeah, that was a little unlucky. I had to, like, 2 into the teleporter thing. Or into the, you know what I mean, the Cleo one. They're really low, though. Okay. So that's fine. I don't get any assists, which is, like, unlucky, but they super overcommitted, and yeah, I think us getting a lot of value there was kind of an eventuality. So good job, guys. We're down 3K as a team. Should definitely be fixable. Not super concerned by it. At this point here, we've got physical defense, magical defense, and a little bit of cooldown. Great idea here is to just kind of expand on that cooldown, and we'll go into a Purduin here, and then we'll go Dawnbringer last. That way we'll have cooldown protections, physical prots, magical prots. I saw a comment under one of my recent videos talking about, could you do an item tier list? And, you know, I thought about it. You know, I guess I could for a video, but honestly, like, I'm not sure how useful that is. Like being honest, people might think it's useful, but seriously, when it comes to builds, you go physical defense, you go magical defense, you go shared prots. That's really all there is to it. You don't. There's not much more to be said. Now, what items are good? It's completely circumstantial. You know, this game, I go Mystical Mail because it's just like good on this character. But Mystical, that doesn't mean Mystical Mail is like the best item in the game or something like that. Because if I'm playing Amaterasu and I go Mystical Mail, I look like an idiot. You know what I mean? So for Amaterasu, Mystical Mail is probably like a D tier item. For Chaac, it's probably an S tier. So where do you put it? You know what I mean? So yeah, I could go for a middle spot, but that's really not. If I put it in the middle and I say, okay, we'll put it in A tier, that's really not like, you know, accurate of what it actually is, because that's not an item that's like average that you can go like every game on every pick. It's really good on some characters and useless on others. So that's kind of like things that kind of are just tough. What I would generally recommend is, look, if you're looking for builds, use Smite Source. Not Smite Source. You know what? Somebody literally said, oh, you almost said Smite Source the other day. You can use Smite Source. Weekend's a good player. You can use his builds. I'm sure some other people post builds on there. I don't really know how the website works. I just use their tier list because it's really good. But use Pro Smite builds. That way you can just go to pro players' builds. You can go to my builds, other people's builds. Find, you know, Thor jungle, Thor solo builds, whatever you need to find. Support builds by me, Genetics, just to name different people. You'll find SEC players like me, pro players like Genetics, Nika, Haddix, all those people, and that'll do you better than anyone else, quite honestly. So, you know, if you have questions about like why you should build certain items on certain gods, you know, feel free to ask. But I think in terms of actually doing like a tier list or something, especially with, you know, builds do change, just with items getting buffed and nerfed, like, it's not the most valuable thing in the world. It's like practical thing in the world, and I don't want to make content that I don't think is like actually super helpful. I try to go through with my perspective on like how I approach the commentary and like the kind of coaching aspect of it, with like what would work for me, and what would I have liked to have when I was trying to like really improve and I was much newer and stuff. So I never like saw anybody do something of that nature. We'll get a 2 off here, get the ultimate off. Big ult. Beads is going to be forced. Uller stole the portal, and Storm will fall down. We are here. Again, I don't think there's going to be too much more here, but if we can get a couple more cloak stacks, always will be happy with that. We are going to go Dawnbringer last, but oh, this is not looking too hot. Got a 3 off. We'll get our 2 off as well. But yeah, this is a disengaged call. Absolutely. Again, getting our 2 off there just for protection should let us be pretty okay, despite kind of a poor spot to be in. And yeah, will be some deaths here, unfortunately. Not too much I can do about that. Uller is having himself a little masterclass of a game. Doesn't mean we can't win, though. Just rough for the time being. We'll go into a Spirit Robe, Binding, or a Dawnbringer. That's really the three options here that I would say can be viable and strong. I like the idea of Dawnbringer still, but Binding, really good pickup. Won't be mad if you go that. Those other ones I just mentioned also would not be mad if you went those. So kind of just, choose what you want. The idea with Dawnbringer is that when you ultimate, you're going to get super buffed up with protections and movement speed, and maybe it's not movement speed. Protections and something else. I think it is movement speed. It is movement speed. Protections, movement speed, so you're going to just be zooming. You'll have all this extra prots and stuff, and you should kind of just like own people. So it definitely is a great item, like on Chaac, on Cuchulainn, because those are two characters that kind of like just super run in, ult, build a lot of protections as well. So, two picks that can use it well. Pele, another one in the jungle. You go kind of hybridy with her usually, or you can with like Blackthorn and stuff, and can go crazy. So, yeah, definitely do recommend on those three gods. Probably can work on a couple others, it's just none that are like super popular or like that really makes sense to me off the top of my head. But yeah, a really niche item that's got a lot of value, and I want to showcase it because I think most people probably never build it playing Smite in general, so would be fun too. We get a cloak stack there, we'll just run away here. Obviously we do have a roll and all that stuff. Just get the one over the wall, and we are more than okay. He's coming back for us. Okay. Again, we're almost level 20 as well, so we're going to get redstone on that. They're just like super looking for a pick. Not doing an actual objective. They'll kill the Ares here. Giannis will use there as well. Our guys are just splitting right, which I think is a fine call. I'm going to stop this guy's back here and run away. Again, we are in this kind of weird limbo where we want to stop back, so we don't want them to do objectives, but we also don't want to just like die, so really important to be careful with that. They're going to probably head towards Fire Giant right now. I can't really defend this on my own super well, but with how like dedicated this guy is to trying to kill me, I'm going to imagine we're not actually seeing too much on the fire. We might still be. They have a Cleo. Again, if they get it, there's really not much I can do. This guy's super fed, and obviously does a lot of damage. We'll get that tier 1 on left, though. We are 20 now. Again, probably do lose fire here. I do have TP that Giannis is literally on top of, so we will not be getting that off, unfortunately. We'll TP to this left here, too. I'm going to try to get over there. I'll get a 500 putt even. They're not even on it. So yeah, again, just like literally we're corner baiting that entire time. And we do get the super shutdown. All works out. And now we have redstone, so obviously a bunch of attack speed, protection increases, and more importantly, damage. So really big spike for us. And now we just have to get those magical cloak stacks. We got a couple there. Need 8 more. And yeah, we're kind of verging on that point of unkillable. And just to kind of showcase it, we pop our 2 here. We do have Ares prots, but look, we're at capped basically right away. I didn't even get the rest of the redstone procs. I just got 1 there. But you get your 2 off, you get redstone procs, you're going to be capped prots, and exceeding capped prots because again, it's a percentage increase. So super valuable. Just really tough to deal with. And then Dawnbringer, of course, will be increasing that even further. And going a binding would do the same thing, just in a less conditional way. So super good pick, really underrated. I think he doesn't see as much play as I'd expect him to. He was seeing a good amount of play pre 9.5 revert, and the fact that he's not seeing play now is kind of shocking, or at least as much as I think he should be, because I think Cuchulainn Mulan off the table, this is probably like your next best pick. I think Cthulhu is insanely good right now, so I'll make sure to get a video on him soon. But these other ones, like, besides from that, like, Cthulhu's not really a lane dominant character, right? So he's strong, but he doesn't, especially in a ranked setting, necessarily function the same, despite his value. So yeah, Chaac's definitely in that top 3, top 4 category in my mind. So definitely do recommend playing him. We're going to be rotating this fight a little bit late. Should be able to still do some stuff. Cleo in the wall, 40% health out of the wall now. They're doing a great job spacing from us, though. I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to get off. Got my ult canceled there. We'll just, like, commit on here. He's got heroism. Oh, man. That is so sad. I might just be doomed. We're going to run. Hopefully we're out. Okay, it looks like we are out. Yeah, so Xingqian has heroism, which is, like, really weird. But it is, like, kind of the only reason Cleo lived, so I guess it's allowed to be weird. They super overcommitted, and yeah, that was a big in. I mean, they killed the Ares, but like, so, you know what I mean? Who cares? I'm gonna rotate over. This guy should be dead here eventually. And yeah, we got the ping off. Autos are good. And he will fall down. We can get this here and slash do fire. We just kind of have to wait for our ADC for fire. So I'm just going to start this now and kind of do it. Cleo's over there. Again, I am not worried about anybody who's not Uller on their team. So I'm fine to just kind of walk around. And, you know, Chaac is kind of like... Also, somebody told me to stop saying kinda. I say it too much. The thing is, when you're playing and talking, it's not the most natural thing in the world. I've done it for a while now, but it's not the most natural, so I've probably done it a lot again this game. I apologize for that. I don't try to. It's very much subconscious, but it is just not the easiest thing. And if you think it is, I implore you to give it a shot. Nonetheless here, we'll reset, go get Dawnbreaker, get Heartward upgrade as well. Big protection increases across the board here. We'll get that Prydwen upgrade soon after. We just don't have the gold for it. If you're in a spot where you're trading between a 500 pot or a glyph upgrade, which is obviously 600, definitely want to go for that 500 pot more often than not, especially when it's something like Prydwen, just because it's not as good as maybe a Heartward glyph would be in terms of just how strong it is. So just something to keep in mind. Cleo went into the wall. Arizal kind of wasted there. It's all good. We need 2 more cloak stacks, so I do want to try to get those. But Chaac functions very similarly to Bologna, where he can walk in and take sort of bad fights because he just has all of those protections he's gaining. Now we have cloak stacked, and you are going to see the unkillable tankiness, super mitigation build finally unload. Elder is in a world of trouble. We can just blink forward here, though. Dawnbringer giving us the movement speed, and we get to go absolutely crazy on them. Redstone giving us all these protections as well, attack speed. As you see, 376, 406, that is not a lie. Again, Redstone protections going over the cap, so that is tangible protections. Percentage increases from prots go over. So Achilles 2, Redstone, there's a couple more functions. Chaac 2 does not count, but it gets us closer to that limit, which then gets exceeded upon. So super strong. We'll pop a bomb here, and a really clean fight. I mean, not the cleanest fight, but a winning fight, and that's really what matters. And you really turn on the what is it called? The speed. I don't know. Turn on the gas. That's what it's called. When you got that Dawnbringer, so valuable, and it's already up again because it's got an ICD, just internal cooldown, but it's not a long one, I don't think. 30 seconds, yeah, so that's like dreadful, like, or excuse me, not dreadful, it's extremely good. Super short, so great. When it comes to Prydwen, I think of it left Prydwen, aka red Prydwen, so everybody calls it, is the damage one, blue Prydwen is the defensive one. So if you're playing a support, tend to go the blue Prydwen. If you're playing a soul laner, tend to go the red Prydwen. There's a couple of outliers. Say you're playing Mulan, you might want to go the blue Prydwen if you build it on that character, just because when you're ulting in, you're kind of usually in a really bad spot, so that extra protection just gives you, or excuse me, that larger shield will just basically give you an opportunity to live longer and do more damage that way, rather than just getting popped. So that's probably like one of the only outliers, but generally speaking, yeah, red aggressive, blue defensive. So if you're playing Kuzenbo, you can maybe go red. If you're playing Terra, definitely want to go blue. For the most part. I want to say for the most part, because I don't remember if I actually went Prydwen on Terra in my game. I might have went red on our video, but that's generally the idea. Again, just kind of, as long as you're understanding why you're going which one, it should be fine. This guy's going for a blink hole. I guess Cleo does not have beads, and she does not. Didn't really have a lot of follow-up, though, sadly. We do get the big ol' off, though. Again, Aegis will be popped. We've got that proc from the Prydwen coming out soon. Movement speed helping us out. We force them all out, and this fight still should be pretty good. Giannis is 1, and fire here should be really easy with how low they are. We'll stop some backs if we can, and we do. Redstone also takes for 5 seconds. Count him 5. So that Uller is never getting his back off, is the point. And yeah, our team really just needs to kind of pull this, just because, again, they are low. They can't really make a good defense on this. I know we don't have great burn because we have Yu Huang and Marty, which are pretty awful objective characters, honestly. So we might just have to look for the fight. Going on the Jing isn't the worst idea. We just kind of need to do something, and it looks like nothing will be going on instead. Coming over to this Giannis, though, I'll get a 1 through the wall here. Oh, he pathed down. Okay, we still get him. It's fine. That's alright. Yeah, we just had to kind of space a little bit there. It's a bit unlucky it took so long, because now they're obviously running back in. Still have a chance here. Cleo, half health. 30% health now. Does end up falling. That was a great play. I hate that we're kind of walking down, so we'll walk back up now. And this guy is super dead. We can use our ultimate here to immune the axe, and he is just gone. Little bit of patience there, all you need. And we'll get 3. We can try to run it down mid. Not sure we'll actually be able to get this. No, we should. They're dead for a while. I'm really bad with telling, like, if we can kill a Titan, to be honest, because I'm not a damage dealer. So I'll do a bit, but I usually underestimate damage rather than over. So I'm gonna say, oh no, this should be cash. I mean, Giannis is gonna be up, but like, who cares, right? It's Giannis. That guy doesn't do too much. Watch us just get like completely destroyed now. That'd be funny. I'm gonna get off this for a second because our damage is really scaling up. Yeah, this is a super easy win. Okay, well, boo on me for underestimating our damage, right? 10, 2, and 6 though. Great game. Obviously, Ares was trolling, but then he came back to it, so I'm not going to give him the report. That was a redemption for him. So thank you for getting over your emotions in a video game, I guess. I don't know. It's just a game. I don't know why adults are furious about it all the time, but that's one of those things that maybe we'll have to have some interviews for. We'll have some videos about it sometime, maybe. But convincing win in the end. Say the GG, take a quick look at the stats, segue ourselves out of this one. MMR is down bad, don't worry about that, we'll get there soon. 38k, 68k mitts, 2 wards, a little lazy on that regard, but just overall a great solo lane showing and great build on this character, super valuable. Again, that Dawnbreaker really just pops on this character. Might it be our first Chaac video on the channel? I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you sometime soon. Thank you for all your support, and peace out.